AskReddit. What secret are you currently holding and have to let out? My boyfriend went on a business trip. His mom went to his house and cleaned. She changed the sheets on the bed and organized everything. She arranged everything beautifully, including the bottles of lube. We now have a running joke about how she is monitoring the levels and will restock as needed. He is 55. I'm 48. She is 80. Recovering gambling addict, and none of my friends know I have a problem. They haven't caught on that I bail every time they want to go anywhere near a casino. My greatest fear is becoming my father. He's selfish, manipulative, narcissistic, and can never admit when he's wrong. Every once in a while I see a flash of him and myself, and it eats away at me for days. Per my recruiter's instruction, I hid my mental health history to get into the military. 2 weeks in, I realized I had made a huge mistake in enlisting, and the military was definitely not for me. I told my staff sergeant about this, so that I would be discharged. My best friend isn't my best friend anymore, and hasn't been for a long time. I don't feel like I can be myself around them, or be honest about the things happening in my life without receiving negative feedback, and I wish I could just end the friendship, but I know that I'm most of their emotional support system. My friend got me a power bank from Amazon for my birthday. It was a surprise, and he was really excited about it, but when it arrived it was just a plastic box. Actually 2 separated pieces of it, with a random cord and chip. He's known for little bad things happening to him constantly. For example, if he's waiting for a bus, a car is gonna pass by over a puddle and completely soak him. So never anything major, but you know, we joke about it. But this present, I didn't have heart to tell him. So I got myself a power bank, a really good one, and told him that's the one he got me. He was very happy about the quality and how it looks even better than he expected. It's a small secret, but I've known him for 20 years and it's probably the first one between us. My friends are planning a surprise party for one of our friends' birthdays, and I'm so excited to see how happy she's gonna be. I'm just sweating about it, because there's a secret party group chat and a normal friend group chat, and I'm terrified that I'm going to accidentally respond to the wrong one and ruin everything. I sat in a managerial meeting, and 4 guys are about to lose their jobs in one department, and one of them has just moved into his first house with his pregnant girlfriend. He fist bumped me at the end of the shift and told me he was spending all weekend doing the new baby room up. I'm now overdosing on whiskey and watching YouTube and Reddit and slowly dying inside with self-loathing. I think the bong is coming out for this one. I recently stopped talking to someone I really care about because they're kind of shitty to me. And they don't mean it, or even realize they're doing it, but it made me sad. I had to choose between being sad forever intermittently, or being sad for a while, until it stops hurting so much. I figured it was a rip the band-aid off quick kind of situation. It complicates my entire life and honestly breaks my heart, but I was tired of constantly feeling subhuman. Don't keep people around if they are not good for you. It only winds up hurting you more in the end. I'm editing this, so it's a little more clear that this person knows I've made the decision not to talk to them. The secret is that I feel like I'm justified because of their behavior, but I made it sound more like it was a me thing instead. I know this guy from school and we've always been just friendly acquaintances. He lives a few blocks away from me, so sometimes I see him on the train on the way to school. Then one day I bumped into him at a McDonald's in our vicinity nearing midnight, so I decided to say hi to him. In the end we ended up talking, and then we ended up going for a midnight walk along the river and he ended up pouring out all his secrets to me. Some of them were pretty serious. We don't even know each other that well, and we barely talk in school. The walk ended at almost 2 AM, and after that night, we acted as if nothing ever happened. I still think about that night whenever I see him, and I don't even know if he remembers. Sometimes I think he just needed someone to vent to, and I happened to be there. I've told no one of this encounter. I've been telling people I'm 6 feet tall, but I'm really 5 feet 11. My dad passed away in 2017. I was going through his papers trying to find a birth certificate. Instead I found a letter from my mom to him asking him to move out of our house December 2003. I don't remember the exact phrasing, but he was treating me unfairly because I stopped them from having sex. I often slept in their bed. I know it didn't stop them, and would tell all of my parents' mutual friends about their ruined sex life, which she was not okay with. The funny thing is I remember being there when my mom was writing the letter at work, but she never told me what it said. I would have been 5 around that time. Dad's always been kind of an asshole, and he did move out that year, so it didn't shock me, but at the same time, who punishes their 5-year-old for getting in the way of sex? I broke up with my boyfriend and everyone is comforting me, and I don't know how to tell anyone that I'm not upset. I'm just relieved. He's sobbing about the love of his life leaving him, and I'm just glad that it's over. Last weekend we adopted a puppy, German Shepherd / Hound mix, and I can't help but think we made a huge mistake. He loves us, and we love him, but our 3 cats are stressed out for different reasons. He isn't having the easiest time with potty training, and the significant other and I both work full-time jobs during the day. We've been tag teaming letting him out from his crate during our lunch hours, but we live 20 minutes away from our jobs. We are getting a dog gate from Amazon today to maybe let him roam the living room / kitchen when we are not home and give the cats space away. I've been spending all my time at home with him between taking him outside and making sure he leaves our oldest, most anxious cat alone. I just want to try and give him the life he deserves, but now I'm stressed and anxious about the whole thing. I still feel like I'm letting him down. I'm letting our cats down, and I'm letting my boyfriend down, even though he's understanding about the way I'm feeling and has offered to call the rescue we got him from. The lady was very understanding when we adopted him and let us know that it was okay if things didn't work out, to just let her know, but I still feel like a failure. He was trying to get up on our bed last night, whining the whole time, and I just fucking broke. Even now at work I'm choking up. This is definitely going to get buried, and I'm glad for that, because my roommate swore me to secrecy about it. That being said, I have to get it off my chest. He brought a Tinder girl over, and she wanted to party a little, so she busted out a fat white line on his dresser and gestured for him to help himself. He and I had gotten pretty drunk earlier in the evening, so he wasn't making the most rational decisions, and so implicitly agreed. Immediately followed it with a line, "That doesn't feel like coke." She laughs and replies, "Oh no, that was meth." He then fucked her for 3 hours straight, before going out to smoke a cigarette and staring at a possum for 30 minutes, because he was too on meth to sleep. My 11-year-old has a crush on a girl at his school. He told me not to tell anybody. The best friend / love of my best friend's life and girl he's hooked up with multiple times once came on to me while we were all hanging out, and his back was turned. She even left stuff in my car after dropping them off, which I presume was another attempt to get me to be in a position to get hit on by her. She's one of the most beautiful girls I've ever met, and saying no to her killed me, especially since I'm particularly lonely ATM. I also didn't tell my best friend because I didn't want to ruin his friendship with the girl. When I'm done with high school I'm going to pack my bags, move to another country, and never come back. I'll cut out most of my family, especially my mom. Also thinking about taking 1 year to try to become an actor, just 1 year to see if I can make it and get a break from school. I just want to see if I can make it, at least then I've tried, and won't spend the rest of my days wondering what could have been. I just need distance, and to be selfish for once, and be myself without my past hanging over me. I'm a high school dropout working a job where most people have graduate degrees. I alternate between gloating at my success, no college debt, minimum effort, to crippling bouts of insecurity that have held me back in my career. Hard to tell if I'm ahead of the game here or not. I could be accomplishing a lot more, it feels like. The people here are very different than me, mostly class issues. I really feel like I don't fit in. I have ADHD, another thing I keep on the DL. Also, I've been suffering the effects of a concussion from boxing that I've kept secret. People would think it's a weird hobby and bosses would give me side eye. Yesterday, I found my best friend's Goddard account. We are both women into women, and I was on a subreddit for like hookups, and I was curious and looked up my city name and clicked on one of the results, and I was like, wow, this girl is the same age as me. So I went into her history and clicked on one of her GW posts, and I was thinking, wow, she looks really familiar. And then I clicked on more, and I was trying to place how I knew her, and I saw a picture that had been taken in our old dorm room, man. Then I knew. I've seen things that I can never unsee. I think it's both horrifying and hilarious, and I want to tell her, but I don't want to embarrass her. Also, she would know what I've seen, and I know what I've seen. For more high quality AskReddit videos, check out the YouTube channel Reddit Today. Link is in the description.